Okay, this is the easiest way I found to do it. I don't know if there's an easier way, but um, if you go over to quizzes on Canvas, so you have like quizzes that you have created. So I'm going to show you how to copy this, like build a brain. All right, so any questions that you make go into a question bank, and unless you manage those question banks and um, make them make them organized, they go into like a blank question bank. So if you go up here to this and then you click on manage question bank, they go into like unfiled questions. So if you click on that, this has all the questions that I used in that build a brain quiz. So what I want to do is move these into a different question bank just for that quiz, because you might have more than just one quiz worth. I tend to do paper quizzes for my kids. So you want to add a question bank. So I'm just going to add one called build a brain. Okay, so then you're going to go back to your unfiled questions, and you're going to move all the questions that you want to move to that question bank, so it's just for that quiz. So all the questions for your quiz that you were talking about. So you're going to go over to move multiple questions, and then I'm going to select all the questions that I want to move. So I'm going to click those, and then I'm going to select the question bank, which I just created, the build a brain, and I'm going to move the questions. So now they disappeared. And then if I go back to my build a brain, they show up in there. Okay, so now I need to go back to quizzes over here, and I'm going to create a new quiz, and I'm going to name it build a brain modified. Then when you go to questions, you're going to find questions, and here your quiz questions question banks are going to show up here. And there are any of them that you create, and then there's some that are just for Huntington County Community Schools, because you can put questions in that question bank too, to share with other teachers. So I click on my build a brain, which is what I created, and I want all of these questions. So I'm going to select all the questions, and I'm going to add the questions. And then you can go in and you can edit each question and modify it and update it just like you would for a normal quiz. So if I wanted to modify, just edit and modify it, save it. And then I go through and I save the quiz, and then you have your modified version. I know some teachers, they don't make quizzes like this with the questions, because then they automatically go into that blanket question bank, like this unfiled questions. You could always make your quizzes in here first, and make them a question bank first, and then when you go in, you could create the quiz and create the two versions really quickly, without having to copy the questions from the unfiled questions. Hopefully that makes sense. So I would add a question bank for a specific quiz, and then put all the questions in there for that quiz, and then create the quiz and add all the questions from that question bank in. And then I could do the same thing and make the modified version, and add all of those in, and you could do this really quickly. So I might start doing that if I do quizzes on Canvas, because it's really handy and you can do it really quickly. Hopefully that makes sense.